Alright guys, it's time for the Week 13 NFL review, Week 14 NFL preview and predictions. I don't got much to say in the intro this week, but I got a lot to say about a couple of these games. Anyway, let's get to it. Chicago at Detroit. Chicago doing what we thought they were going to do, which was lose. But then again, a lot of us thought maybe Detroit was going to lose as well, because Detroit has been struggling to put up points, and this week they put up 34 points at an impressive home showing, something that Detroit absolutely needed to do. This is a team that is on the fringe of being a solid, I don't want to say Super Bowl contender, but a contender for the playoffs to make some noise. They've got so many pieces on offense and defense, but as of late, they've just been struggling to put points on the board. Anyway, 34 points, nice home showing. Got to build off of that. Got to start getting hot. This is the time of the year where you got to start getting hot and go into the playoffs hot. See if they can repeat this performance going into this week as well. Sorry, I just saw the score of the Eagles game again. The second game on Thursday was Philadelphia at Dallas, pushing Dallas's shit in by a score of 33-10. Just an absolute glorious game. I'm still smiling about it. Still. Anyway, Seattle at San Francisco. San Francisco. That's about it for your playoff hopes, because you just can't fucking score. You just can't fucking score. And this is a product of what you get, much like with the Cowboys too, grinding out your wins, but the Cowboys were at least putting up more points. San Francisco has been struggling, just absolutely struggling to put up points, and they might regret signing Kaepernick to as lucrative as a deal as they did in the offseason, because that's going to be taking up a lot of cap room. Just something to think about there, 49ers fans. Anyways, they put a 3 spot up against Seattle and really softened them up for the Eagles game. Thanks a lot, San Francisco. Oh boy, that's a real wounded duck we're coming into on this Sunday. Anyways, we'll get to that when we get to that. San Diego at Baltimore, pulling out a final minute win, 34-33. This is a game where Baltimore could have took charge of the AFC North, could have took charge of momentum going into the playoffs and just built off of this and got a few more wins in the end of the season here. Lo and behold, the wild San Diego Chargers appear, and this is one of the hotter teams in the league right now that no one's really talking about. This was an amazing win to pull this off on the road, put up 34 points. I said watch out for the Chiefs. No. The Chiefs obviously got knocked off of their pedestal with 2 losses in a row, one of which was to the Raiders. San Diego is the hot hand going into the AFC playoffs right now, but let's get to the playoffs before we put that in stone. Anyway, Cleveland loses to Buffalo, but from all I know, watching the highlights and everything, is that Johnny Manziel led a scoring drive down the field. Like, I couldn't even find Buffalo Bills highlights anywhere, because apparently Buffalo did absolutely nothing in this game, and the only thing that happened in this game was Johnny Manziel led the Browns down the field for a garbage time touchdown. Anyway, Buffalo Bills and the Dolphins, which we'll get to in a second, both having impressive wins. And the thing about this is both the Bills and the Dolphins have the tiebreak over all those AFC North teams, the Browns, the Bengals, and the Ravens. They have the tiebreak over those 3 teams, and all 3 of those teams are vying for that last wild card spot as well. So don't look now, but the Bills could sneak into the playoffs. Now, right now, it's Miami's got that final wild card spot, but you never know now how it's going to shake out. Buffalo still has to play Oakland. That's going to be a gimme game, you'd think, but they still got to play New England as well, and then they got to play the Packers, and oh dear. I'm sorry, Buffalo, it's not looking too good, but you never know. They play New England the final week of the year, week 17. You never know. There could be a lot of guys benched in that game, a lot of backups playing the game. You never know. Anyway, keep the faith, Buffalo. Tennessee at Houston. I'm sorry, but when did Joe Montana start playing for the Houston Texans? How bad of a team is Tennessee that you let Ryan Fitzpatrick put up 6 touchdowns on you. Holy shit, if there was any debate left that Tennessee was the worst football team in the NFL until we go over the Raiders game against the Rams. If there was any debate after this game ended, Tennessee was the worst team in football until another game ended later that afternoon. Anyway, God, Tennessee is fucking terrible. J.J. Watt is a fucking beast. Anyway, 45-21, Ryan Fitzpatrick with 6 fucking touchdowns in the game. Are you fucking kidding me? Get the fuck out of here. Indianapolis blows the doors off of the dead last Washington Deadskins. But don't worry, Deadskins. You have company. Oh, wait a second. Let me check the records here real quick. Let me see. Washington has a record of 3-9, and the Giants have a record of 3-9. That means the Giants lost too. I thought the Giants were playing the Jacksonville Jaguars last week. Oh, look at that, they were. They lost to the one-win Jaguars. Oh. At least the Redskins can take, an ounce of bragging rights in their loss, in that they lost with Colt McCoy, a third-string quarterback, and lost to a good, solid playoff team in the Colts. The Giants lost in a final seconds kick to the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's fucking glorious. Oh, Carolina, what happened to you, man? Oh, man. Going as that second seed into the playoffs last year to losing to the Vikings 31-13 this week and just having an abysmal season. And it's looking like Cam Newton might not be your future and that you need to go hunting for receivers. And it's just a fucking mess. And not even that defense that was still solid going into this year. They don't even look like they're trying half as hard as they should be. That's the summary of Carolina's season right there. Big fat fucking burp. And Pittsburgh apparently has a very fond liking of the Atlanta Falcons because they decided to lose to the New Orleans Saints and do that in spite of the Falcons ended up winning. Actually, I guess they couldn't really like them because the game happened later. Anyways, I forget what I said about that. Anyways, New Orleans beats Pittsburgh 35-32. Drew Brees had 5 touchdowns in the game. And New Orleans is a dangerous team to go into the playoffs against, but they have 2 division losses, and Atlanta has no division losses, and Atlanta won, but we'll get to that game in a second here. Anyways, Pittsburgh, you can't beat the bad teams in the league. What the fuck is the matter with that team? They lost to New Orleans, they lost to Tampa, and they lost to the Jets, and they lost to another bad team that I'm forgetting. But anyway, just terrible, Pittsburgh, just terrible. I don't get it. Anyways, St. Louis beat the team that I didn't think was the worst team in the league, but it's hard to argue against it now. The one-win Raiders, 52-0. You've got to be kidding me, Oakland. But and someone brought this up to me on Twitter. They said, "Oh, if you dislike college football, you have to hate the NFL because look at the score of this game, 52-0." The difference with the Raiders losing this bad, and this was a college blowout. Actually, this was a low-scoring college blowout. Because there's teams in college, any given week, they win by 60, 70-plus points. It's not that rare. It happens every week. The difference with this is that this team in the Oakland Raiders beat a playoff caliber team last week in the Kansas City Chiefs. There is no team that is going to get blown out in college football 52-0 and then beat a solid, top 20 team in the NCAA football. So, no, I don't think this brings credence to the argument of like, oh, you have to hate the NFL too if you hate college football because the blowouts are blah, blah, blah. No, get that fucking shit out of here. Tampa, the chance for you to get into the playoffs was there. But then you lose against Cincinnati, putting up one of the weakest offensive performances of the year for a shit team. Cincinnati is going to win the NFC North. It's pretty much all but a lock right now. Winning 14-13 over the Tampa Bay Fucks. Fuck Tampa. You had a chance to be a 5-6 win playoff team, and you choked. Oh, Atlanta. 29-18 over, who is this? The Arizona Cardinals. Exactly, Cardinals fans. You guys pipe down real fucking quick. I know you're going to be like, oh, well, we lost Carson Palmer. We can't rely on having a backup quarterback. Drew Stanton won 4 games with you this year, and you guys didn't say, oh, well, we've been doing a lot better with Palmer. No, you can't use that excuse. You can't use that excuse. The team is a fraud. The team is a fraud with a capital F-R-A-U-D. It's a fraud. And no one doubts that now. And that's why you haven't been getting respect this year. That's why you didn't get respect for but 1 week out of me when you guys beat the Lions when they were just in a complete struggling offensive mess. Your offense couldn't, your defense, which is supposed to be top tier that I keep hearing from you guys, couldn't keep the Falcons off the field for 29 points. 29 to fucking 18. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. No Super Bowl in your backyard. Bye-bye. Frauds. Anyway, and in the game of the week that was supposed to be the Super Bowl matchup, the Green Bay Packers win at home again. Aaron Rodgers just makes it look so fucking easy at home. 26-21. Thank you, New England Patriots, for doing absolutely nothing. When the Eagles fans finally have a reason to root for the Patriots, they come through and do fuck all for us. Thanks a lot, New England. You fucks. Anyway, as I tweet out during the game, Tom Brady's on the sideline cursing, fuck, fuck, fuck. No, fuck you, Tom Brady. Take you and your fucking second-rate team back to Boston and be the second-tier bitch to the Red Sox, because that's what you will always be in Boston. No matter how many Super Bowls you're in, it will still be a Boston Red Sox town. You suck on that. Anyway, Denver beating Kansas City. What else is new? 29-16. And Peyton Manning, even though you had... I'm sorry, I was thinking of Peyton Manning playing football during the regular season, and it put me to sleep again. And the Miami Jets pushed their way into the final wild card spot with an impressive 16-13 win over the Jets. Good on you, Dolphins. I mean, you keep winning. You've got that final wild card spot, and you have destiny in your hands. That's all you can wish for at this point, is to have destiny in your hands. If you win out, you're in the playoffs. And that's better than anyone probably thought that the Dolphins would be doing right now. That's a pretty ferocious defense, too. Like, I really like what they're doing there, especially on defense. Offense is a little bit suspect. Obviously, you got to do more than 16 points on offense against a shitbird team like the Jets before you make me think for a second you're going to push anywhere into the playoffs. Okay, let's get to Week 14 here. Starting off the week, Dallas at Chicago. This is probably the biggest Thursday game that I've been looking forward to. That isn't an Eagles game, obviously. I look forward to an Eagles game more than anyone else's game. Chicago, I'm sorry for all the bad things I've said about you on Twitter all year, for mocking you, for putting up those pictures like this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Okay, we get the point. I'm sorry about all that, Chicago. Just please come through and win this game. It's not so much that, I want you to rough up the Cowboys before we go in to play them again next week. It's that I want the Eagles game next week to just be a game that absolutely knocks them the fuck out of the playoffs. So Chicago, if you could do your part, please go ahead and take care of this team. I'll even, give you a pat on the back here. I'm going to predict Chicago to win at home. What do you think of that, Chicago? Just come through. You have a lot of offensive weapons. Figure out how to use them. Come on. Anyway, softened the shit up out of them for you last Thursday anyway in Dallas, the hands of the Eagles. Seattle at Philadelphia. I'll go over that later on this weekend. Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. Well, this isn't a bad team Pittsburgh's facing, or is it? I mean, again, 14 points up against the Bucks. I mean, I look at Cincinnati and the fact that they're a game and a half ahead in the AFC North. I'm like, how is this possible? They've had so many shit performances this year. I hate rooting for Pittsburgh, but I don't like Cincinnati, and I don't like how inconsistent they are. And just, they look so bad so many times this year. I want to see the race more interesting. I'm picking Pittsburgh to win this. Oh my God, the who gives a fucking shit game of the fucking millennium. The New York Giants at the Tennessee Titans. Oh my God. Well, what is the over-under on this game? 45 points. It's a pick'em game too. I will be surprised if there's 20 combined points scored in this game. Oh shit, man. Where did they get 45 from? Anyway, I gotta root for the Giants because I don't want them taking a chance of getting Marcus Mariota. I gotta root for the Giants because, I mean, they're not going anywhere. And who gives a shit? They're already the laughing stock of the league. So, go Giants. Yay. St. Louis at Washington. I don't want the Washington Redskins to get Marcus Mariota either. So, win at home against the team that just scored 52 points the previous week and gave up no points on oh, fuck. God. Mariota's gonna look like shit in Burgundy. Oh, fuck. Anyway, I'm predicting the Redskins to win. But they're not. Indianapolis at Cleveland. That's what time it is. That's what time it is. Indianapolis is going to win, though. Tampa at Detroit. Detroit. Build off that momentum from last week. You put up a 30-plus spot. Do it again this week. Prove that you deserve to be going into the playoffs. Anyway, Detroit's going to win that game. Houston at Jacksonville. Houston's got a hot hand right now. Baltimore at Miami. This game, I honestly feel, is going to be whoever wins this game is going to be the final wild card for the AFC. With that being said, even though it's on the road, I got Baltimore winning this game. New York Jets at Minnesota. New York Jets are going to somehow find a way to fuck themselves out of the Marcus Mariota pick, and they're going to win a game on the road in Minnesota. I don't know how, but I think they're just going to magically have a win drop out of the sky because, goddamn, if Geno Smith doesn't suck, what did he have, like 12, 13 completions? Actually, I think it was 11 completions last week and 17 attempts for 76 yards. That was supposed to be your future, New York? Anyway, you're going to fuck up your chances to get Mariota and you're going to somehow win this game. Carolina at New Orleans. New Orleans a 10-point favorite at home. Call me crazy, but I think Carolina is going to win this game. For no other logic other than I just want to make a crazy off-the-wall pick because I just have a gut feeling that Carolina is just going to magically show up out of nowhere and have that one game where they explode. It's like, wow, where the fuck did this come from? So, as 8 Camel Toes would say, go Panthers. Win a game. Kansas City at Arizona. Oh, say goodbye of any chance of getting a bye in the playoffs, Arizona. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Kansas City's going to come to your home turf and fuck you up. Kansas City all the way. Buffalo at Denver. Yikes. I already said Buffalo's got to go on to face New England. They got to face Oakland as well, so that's a gimme win, but fuck, man. I don't see them winning in Denver, but I'm rooting for them. But, you know, that Manning guy is going to throw a touchdown. Anyways, Denver's going to win. San Francisco at Oakland. If San Francisco wants to save any possible chance and way of making the playoffs, they're going to do it here. If not, it's all hell is going to break loose. There's going to be guys fired. There's going to be guys quitting. There's going to be everything. It's going to be anarchy. Dogs and cats marrying and all that other shit that they said in Ghostbusters. That's all going to happen. Look for San Francisco to win. New England at San Diego. Who would have thought this was going to be a great game? Man, like I said, San Diego has a hot hand coming into this game. New England's a little cold, because figuratively, from that loss in Green Bay. But, whew, I think this is going to be a hell of a matchup, and I don't think New England's going to win this game. I really don't. You know why? Fuck New England for not helping us out. You fucking assholes. Look for San Diego to win this game at home. Oh boy, what a treat we have on Monday Night Football. We get to see Green Bay play at home against who? The Atlanta Falcons. Ah, get the fuck out of here. Green Bay is going to kick the fucking piss out of the Falcons. Oh my god. But if the Falcons do win this game, just hand them the NFC South title, because they earn it by winning a game at Lambeau. So, there we go. I'll be out later on this week with my predictions of that big game in Philly against the defending Super Bowl champs, the Seattle Seahawks, which I think it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a very good game. Anyways, we'll get to that when we get to that. Have a good day, better tomorrow, and as always, fuck the Dallas Cowboys. Fuck them up, Chicago. Get it done. Have a good day, guys.